We are back on the ML Sports Platter, and it's all brought to you by our good friends at Rosie's Corner, Batavia Downs Gaming, and Welch & Company Jewelers. Make sure you shop the showcase today, rings and things, at welchjewelers.com. I'm delighted to be joined by Buffalo Bills insider, reporter, talk show host. He does it all, Sal Maiorana, a good friend of mine, Rochester Democrat and Chronicle, and the Believe Podcast Network. Awesome show with Adam Beane. Sal, welcome back.
How you doing, Mike? I'm doing good.
Yeah, the background looking good this time of year, 75 degrees. What isn't looking good is, I don't know, all things Buffalo Bills against the Patriots. How hard was this to watch from your standpoint? I kind of a three-prong attack here to start. You're watching the game. How brutal was it to watch? You were there. Short-term and long-term impact on this Bills team, Sal. I know you have to play every week, a division game, blah, blah, blah. But if you want that one seed, these early games, this schedule that was gift wrapped to these guys, you got to win these too, right?
Yeah, look, I mean, they had a golden opportunity to really, really put a hammerlock on the division first and foremost. They would have been 3 up on the Patriots and 4 up on the Dolphins. It wouldn't have mattered, the Dolphins. But they had a great chance to do that. They could have remained in first place in the conference. The Colts look really good this year. Now they're actually trailing the Colts. I mean, it's 5 weeks in. They're not worried about that yet. But, yeah, they wasted a golden opportunity. Now, look, I think a lot of people would have said 4-1 is how the Bills were going to start. I picked Baltimore to win in week 1. I thought the Bills would win the next 4. So they're kind of right where we thought they would be. But given how the Patriots have played now, and, Mike, they could be 5-0. I mean, it's really kind of ridiculous that they're not 5-0 because they somehow lost to the Raiders, who stink. That's their only win. And they turned it over 5 times against Pittsburgh. Yeah. They could be 5-0 in first place. I think they're going to be a pain in the ass the rest of the season for the Bills. And Buffalo cannot afford to slip up too many more times. And like you said, with that number 1 seed, you really can't afford to slip up too many more times.
I think the next 5 to 7 weeks in the AFC East will tell a lot because the Bills, they've got to rebound in Atlanta. They have Carolina after the break. Then the Chiefs come in. But all the elite teams, all the elite quarterbacks are in Buffalo. And you know what? The Bills play down. Sal, I'm sorry. They play down. Saints, Dolphins, this team, the Patriots. I give the Pats credit. Drake May, I thought they outcoached the Bills in every facet as well. But the Bills play down. The focus from the start is just not there. The coaches and players can tell you guys in the media every day, we don't overlook anybody. Sal, bullshit. They overlook all these teams because it takes them 2.5 quarters to run tempo. It takes them 3 quarters to bring pressure. What is the deal with just locking in from the beginning? Because they can move the ball. Then it's a Joe Brady. Let's just get cute in the little inside handoff to Dawson Knox. The defense, no pressure. They push May to the right side where he's having success. Why can't they fix this stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll agree with you that they're not ready to play. I think they're ready to play. I think they just haven't really played as well as some people think they've played. You see 4-0 and 30 points per game, and you think, oh, the Bills are just rolling. They really haven't been rolling. I mean, we saw the Baltimore game. They were pretty bad for 3 quarters. They played 1 great quarter and pulled that out. The Jets game, the Jets are useless. That they sleepwalked through that game, and it was no problem. But these next 3 games now, Miami comes in desperate at 0, whatever it was, 0-2 at that point. Yep. They gave them a good game, division opponent too. New Orleans, I would say, yeah, they might have overlooked New Orleans a little bit. They came in, playing lousy too. I'll give you that one. This week, there's no excuse. They knew the Patriots were going to give them a tough game. They know that quarterback is a good player. They've got an actual coach now, as opposed to last year with Gerard Mayo. They did a lot of work in free agency on the defense, did a lot of work on offense in the draft. That's a good team. Last night, the better team won the game, plain and simple. Not saying the Patriots are a better team for the long run this season, but last night they were the better team and they deserve to win, plain and simple.
Yeah, I think out of those 3, I think the one is the Patriots. I kind of was alluding to, like, you have to prep more and be there. This offense right now is what? I mean, is it good? Is it great? Can it threaten late? Josh Palmer was picked up to be a down-the-field threat. Cook disappeared last night. How much of it is scheme? The balance type thing. It seems like they force things in sometimes, like Ray Davis almost kind of forced in. It's forced trick play here. What is this offense? Is it just, are we back to, go figure it out, 17?
Yeah, well, it's a good guy to have if you have to do that. But I don't like this passing game, Mike. They run the ball pretty well. Last night, they didn't run it great. James Cook, the Patriots did a really good job. Offensive line had its worst night of the season. They were not opening holes. That's a really good defensive front the Patriots have. They are a run-first team. When they run the ball effectively, they're really tough to stop. However, if you do what you did last night, the Patriots did, and shut down their running game, this Buffalo passing offense is not overwhelming at all. You take that fourth quarter out of the Ravens game, this is an average passing offense, even with the great Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. His wide receivers, Khalil Shakir is a nice little player. He's a slot guy. Once in a while, he'll pop a big one like he did last week against the Saints, but he's generally a 6 to 7 yard guy, move the sticks type of player. They have nobody else that anybody is going to worry about, especially on the boundary. Josh Palmer has been a major disappointment, just like Curtis Samuel was a major disappointment last year. Keon Coleman, I never liked the pick. You know, he came in with all the bluster. All the fans fell in love with him. Since that fourth quarter of Baltimore, he's done nothing. He scored a touchdown last night on a scramble drill play. Wasn't like he beat somebody. He got open because Allen scrambling around. They've got problems at wide receiver, and if they don't get something figured out, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble on offense.
But wait, I've heard from every color analyst at least 30 times a game he played basketball for Tom Izzo.
Yeah. Yeah, that matters, right?
That should be everything. Sal Maiorana, a couple more for him, covers the Bills. Brought to you by Rosie's Corner and Welch & Company Jewelers, as well as Batavia Downs Gaming. Stay, play, dine, and win at BataviaDownsGaming.com. Go book your package. The secondary, man, I mean, holy smokes. Trey White burned like crazy. They don't sub in. Stephon Diggs, kind of rewinds the clock a little bit, has another big day 2 weeks in a row. Trey White, Benford's come back a little bit. Taron Johnson's come back. Max Harrison, we don't know when he comes back. I mean, Sal, this is a huge problem. You can talk offensive passing game. You can talk a couple other problems. This one may be number one, right?
No, you're absolutely right. They have a major cornerback problem. Trey White, I never understood why they even brought him back. I know the plan was they were gonna pick a corner in the first round. They did. Maxwell Hairston, he gets hurt on the fourth day of training camp. He's basically useless the rest of the season. If he comes back eventually, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't think he can just jump right in and start. They're stuck with Tre'Davious White, and I never understood why they brought him back. He was a bad player. Even at the end of his Bills time, he was nowhere near the same player. He goes to the Rams and Ravens last year, was terrible, and they bring him back for what? I mean, there was nobody else on the market that you could have brought in that would have been functional. He can't play anymore, but they're stuck. What are they going to do? Jamarcus Ingram? They're not going to put him in the game. They're not going to put Dane Jackson off the practice squad, who stinks. You can't put him in. Cam Lewis. They have nobody. They are stuck. And here's the other secret thing that people don't want to talk about. Christian Benford got paid. He was in the conversation as, one of the best corners in the league. He's been bad all year. He has not been good. I mean, teams are before. I think I looked at it before the Saints game. He had been the most targeted Bills defensive back on the team. He was supposed to be the guy you're avoiding. Teams have thrown the ball at him more than any other. I'm going to look today because I haven't seen the grades come out. I'll bet he's still the most targeted cornerback on the team. He's got to play way better if they're gonna survive this while they have to play Trey White.
I got another minute with you. I know the Monday morning quarterback thing. Every game it means so much in the NFL. I know it's hard to get everything right as a GM. The head coach, there's so many layers to this thing. It's a day-to-day, week-to-week thing. Sometimes it's minute-to-minute in these games. I get that. But Brandon Beane, he's a shark. He's this, he's that. He's great at drafting, draft, develop, keep, all these different things. When you start pinging some of these holes around the roster, is it like more bad luck? Is it should we be more critical of Beane? Is it somewhere in the middle? Where does he fall in? Because there's a lot of roster stuff going on here, Sal, right?
Yeah, I agree. Beane kind of gets off the hook a lot because everyone always points at the coach. The coach is on the firing line all season long. Every decision comes down to the head coach. And Brandon Beane's up in the office. His time to shine is the off season, and then people kind of forget about him.
Yeah.
But you're right. I just mentioned the Trey White signing. I don't know what they were thinking. He's made a couple signings that haven't worked out. Josh Palmer has not worked out. Curtis Samuel last year. We talked about these already. Some of the draft picks early on have not hit, right? So, yeah, Beane's part of the – I'm not going to call it a problem yet. They're still 4-1. They're still a really good team. I think they're going to win the division. But, yeah, some of it is on Beane. The roster construction is not great. It's very good, but it's not great. And right now it's not Super Bowl great. This team's not winning the Super Bowl playing the way they're playing. They got to figure some stuff out.
It's funny how they couldn't figure out the O-line for a long time, and they had all these amazing weapons. You could air it out, do your thing. Then they figure out the ground game. They figure out the line together, and then the receivers. I mean, it kind of shows you how hard it is to put it all together, but also like the focus kind of shifted, and now it's like Beane. It seems like there's more holes now as well. Maybe it's cap related. It's all got to come together. I get that, but it just seems like there's more pings on Beane. He kind of gets away with a lot more than a lot of people having to do with the Bills. This guy, great at what he does, covers the Buffalo Bills for the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle, and of course the Believe Podcast Network. It's all brought to you by Welch & Company Jewelers and Batavia Downs Gaming. Be sure to follow Sal on X. He's a big one on X. He's a big follow. He's pretty funny when he gets tweeting. And I present you with a gift to end the podcast, Sal. I'm not going to ask you a Yankee question, buddy.
Good, because I don't want to talk about the Yankees. I do not want to talk about the Yankees.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. Take care, Mike.